Before I say anything in this video, I want to make sure I'm clear what I'm saying before I say it. And what I'm trying to say is the main thing is getting the work done. All right? It don't matter what you're trying to do. Whatever the bread and butter is to whatever your goal is, that's the main thing. And people always put the main thing last, even to the point where the main thing never gets done. To the point where everybody wondering, why I don't get the results that somebody else is getting? If that person is putting their bread and butter fundamental things first, I know this is common sense, but it don't happen commonly, all right? So if that person's putting those things first, then of course that person is going to get better results than you. So what's going on right now is I'm headed to the gym, phone in my lap, talking to y'all, but I'm going to piece the scenes over with the editing of whatever workout that I do today. And what am I planning on doing today? Going in there, getting after it, all right? Full body workout. I'm not 100% decided whether I'm going to do, and I know it sounds bad to not be decided, but, you know, I've had a lot of things happening right now, but I'm not 100% decided if I'm going to do deadlifts, but I'm going to do squats, lightweight, and then I'm going to do leg press. I'm going to do full body, but I'm going to start with the lower body and work my way up. I did upper body yesterday. I did a very long walk yesterday on my day off, you know, my one day off out of the week. I did overtime Wednesday, so today's Friday morning, so I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I get Monday and Tuesday off, right? So only had one day off this week, all right? So I did 12.5-hour shifts. The day that I did overtime, I did like 7 hours, so, you know what I'm saying? Getting that back, you feel me? Being a responsible adult, but that does not mean that I'm not going to work out. That does not mean that I'm not going to stick to my diet. That does not mean I'm going to let my fitness fall behind. No, you don't do that. All right? You let your fitness fall behind for any reason, then stop expecting to be fit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 43 years old next month. I'm a father of two. I'm a father who refuses to have a dad bod. I'm not. And it ain't just about looks. It's more about the feel of going for mine. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the feel of going for mine. It ain't about being the strongest person in the world, the biggest person in the world, person in the world. It's about being me and beating myself when it comes to everything that I've ever done. All right? Or catching up to certain things that I've done before. I might have done more weight on this or more weight on that before, but I weighed more. So at the end of the day, I was supposed to. So, but to get as close as that as possible at the body weight I'm at now, what's the body weight I'm at now? I'm like 170. I'm like 172 or something like that. I don't know. I didn't get on the scale today and didn't get on the scale yesterday. I ain't getting on the scale for the last 3 days, all right? And that I'm slipping on that, but it is what it is. You're supposed to get on the scale every day, all right, in my book, all right? So your book might be a whole different book. A lot of people got different books, all right? But a lot of times you be reading out the wrong book. That's why you ain't, that's neither here nor there, all right? I be trying to tell people all the time, man, bread and butter. Track your calories, you know? Track your calories. If you don't track your calories, the less you want to track, the more cleaner you got to eat if you want to be in shape. If you're eating whole foods and you're not frying your foods and you're not lying to yourself about how much you actually eat, like 99.9% of people who cannot, you know, get right, they lie to themselves. I don't eat that much and I don't eat that much. And you ask them what they ate for breakfast. And I just had, and then they say a whole plethora of things, even if they be honest and not leave things out. And I'd be like, okay, you know how many calories that is? That's like 1,500 right there. Starting off the day before you even move. You know what I'm saying? That's like 1,500. You know? I'm eating less than, that's dang near my whole day worth of eating. And I move. I work my ass off. I walk. I do 20,000 something steps a day. Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody need to do exactly what I do. But what I am saying is, you got to do what it takes or it ain't getting done, all right? So what I mean by this is, I meant to say this before I even said all that. This video wasn't about that. It's about me going to the gym and wondering how I'm going to get back. There's a lot of construction going on by my house, and it's like, I'm figuring out, okay, I'm going to have to go this way. I need to leave the gym at a certain time, just in case I have to do a detour. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to find my way home. I know I live, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, construction on the whole road, the different roads and stuff. And they close this whole part off. You got to go around. You got to go back around. If you ain't got time to do that, you ain't got time to do that. I got to drive out of town to go to my gym. I got to drive back into town, get ready for work, and then go to work and do a 12.5-hour shift. Get off tonight. All right, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. My day ain't done till like 7. 7 at night. My day ain't done till like 7 at night. I'm gonna be moving the whole time, burning calories. And guess what? I'm fasted. I'm gonna be fasted. I ate last night before bed. I did an OMAD actually. I ate all my calories before bed. I hit well over 100 and some grams of protein. How do you do that in one meal? Shoot, you gotta eat protein-packed foods. We ate salmon. You said salmon with an L? Yup, that's how I said it. I know it's salmon. I ain't saying that. It got an L in it. All right, you taking my L. All right, my L is a W. Salmon. So, hey, it kind of is though. But my point is this. I had salmon. I had eggs. I had full eggs too. I didn't even do egg whites. I did full eggs. I had a very high calorie, delicious meal. I started off with blueberries. I had salmon. I had eggs. I had potatoes. I had yogurt. I had some cheese on that. I had what else? I had beans. I forget, but I added up my calories. It was like 17 something. So 17 something. I mean, a lot of people, their lunch is like 1,800 calories. Go to McDonald's. I know my meal. If I go to Wendy's, McDonald's, I'm gonna get the double burger, double quarter pounder, or the Wendy's Dave's double. That's probably like 700 right there. I forget exactly. That's probably like 700 right there. Fries gonna be like 5 something. So you gotta add that together. 7 and 5. What's 7 and 5? 12. All right. Then you gotta add the drink. The drink gonna be like 3 something. That's 15. You have 1,500 calories, and that's not even if you don't add something. If I'm going to McDonald's, I'm gonna get 2 apple pies. That's a couple more 100 calories right there. People don't think like that. People just eat. And how do I know? Because I'm a person too. I don't diss because I was there. And there's 2 me's, all right? Sometimes I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? I don't diss. Like people be saying shaming this and shaming that. Anytime you say anything about calories or tracking, people talk about you shaming. I mean, I can see that. Some people, I can't speak for everybody. But I've been there. I've been almost 300 pounds. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying the things that help me. People don't like that though. Man, I'm telling you, man, you get fit. A lot of people lose friends when they get fit. A lot of people lose a lot of stuff. People don't like seeing people get fit, man. The industry definitely don't want to see you get fit. You got to keep consuming this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's geared towards that. Like, why do you think every ad is this and every video is that and every commercial is this, every billboard is that? And I mean, they get us with the music. They get us with everything. They use celebrities, all kinds of stuff, man. And then when you get into fitness, it's even worse because they know that you don't know. So they're going to sell you a plethora of BS. You know what I'm saying? Snake oil salesman. People going to sell you devices and stuff. They're supposed to get you right. I seen this one person use this, and then 2 weeks later, no, they didn't do that. You know, that before and after could have either been AI, or it could have been a longer time that, like, they could have took that picture 2 years ago, got right for 2 years, and showed you before and after and told you it was 2 weeks. You don't even know. And the fact that they most likely didn't use what they said they used. They probably did exactly what I'm doing, dieting and exercise. But then they came up with their gimmick, and you bought it. Think about that. Take a second. I know so many people that keep buying stuff. This is going to make me lose weight. Oh, that didn't work, so I'm going to buy something else. Oh, that didn't work. And they refuse to go to any gym. You don't have to go to the gym. You can take a hike. You can ride a bike. You can walk through the zoo. You can play basketball. You can just be active. You know, get up and every hour you moving. You cleaning your house. You're shopping. You're doing. You're out and about. You walk through the zoo. You play basketball. Even if you can't play basketball that good, it ain't about winning a 5-on-5 NBA game. It ain't like that. I ain't say like that. You go and shoot around. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Get active. Ain't nobody say run a marathon. Ain't nobody say just go crazy. I'm just saying get active. If you ain't been active, nobody who is a good coach or who gives good advice is going to tell you to just start going crazy. You just been sitting on the couch your whole life. No. Why do you think I preach walking? Walk. I ain't never tell nobody how long to walk, how many steps, none of that. You know, there's goals of what you probably should work up to, 10,000 steps and all that. But if you ain't been walking at all, you don't need to start off with that. You don't need to start off with half of that. You probably half. But make sure you count throughout the day, not 5,000 steps all at once. No, throughout a day. Just like your calories, throughout the day. Throughout that, you know what I'm saying, by the time you wake up to the time you go back to bed. That's what you're counting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And a lot of times I don't even like telling people how many calories I'm eating, because people always got comments and you're not eating enough and da da da. Like, I don't eat like this every day. And at the same time, if your weight isn't going down like you want it to, that means you're eating too much. You know, people don't even count their calories. Be telling me how many calories I need to be eating. I be like, bro, you most likely are eating over 5,000 calories a day. I said, you told me what you had for breakfast. You told me what you had for lunch. Then you got to think about dinner. You got to think about snacks in between. Right now, I'm not eating none of that. I'm eating, most of the time, I eat 1 or 2 meals a day right now. Then I have my regular days, so I'm eating throughout the day. And I might eat 3 meals or 2 meals and a bunch of snacks, like in between snacks. And when I say snacks, I don't just mean junk. I just mean something to hold me over to my next meal. You know what I'm saying? A snack could be something healthy. A snack could be a thing of blueberries. A snack could be a thing of grapes. A snack could be some strawberries. A snack can be healthy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dieters will tell you don't eat fruit because it got fructose and it got carbs and all that. And at the end of the day, carbs are your friend. All right? Carbs are fuel. Carbs fuel your workout. Now, you can manipulate the time you carbs, what kind of carbs, or whatever. But, you know, to avoid carbs and sugar altogether, I'm telling you, man, people that be failing their diet be telling other people what to do. And they will listen to that person before they'll listen to a person who actually is getting what they need to be getting. All right? They'll listen to that person before they listen. Before they listen to me, they'll listen to that person. A lady did this one time. This one lady, she really wanted advice from me, right? But I don't know if she was just being nice to the other lady or what. But, you know, I'm taking a break. I got my headphones on, and she was like, I usually don't talk to nobody when I got my headphones on. I'm watching what I'm watching. I don't care if it's something I'm learning or something that's entertaining me. Most likely, 90 times out of 10, hey, 90 times out of 10, yeah, that much. But that I'm usually watching something that I'm learning something, right? So I take my headphones off because I knew she really wanted to learn, right? Because she was really doing her thing. You know, she asked me how I lost so much weight, and I was telling her. And then before I could really get what I had to say out of my mouth, this one lady who was way on the other side of fitness. All right, I'm not going, and she was like, well, what I do is, she cut me off. And what I do is this and that. And she said a whole bunch of nonsense. Yeah, I'm going to say that. It was nonsense. And that's not listening. So she said a whole bunch of nonsense. And literally nothing she said made sense, right? And the lady started listening to her instead of me. So I just put my headphones back on. I couldn't get a word in. I'm not going to force y'all to listen to me. Well, I was doing something anyways. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that also brings me to the point that because somebody knows something does not mean everybody got the right to make that person tell them something, all right? I'm not going to force you to listen to me. I never will. I'm going to put the information out there. You do it whatever you will with it. I tell people that all the time. It's just more for me. I can't make you drink the water. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Go ahead and drink that Kool-Aid.